Hey everybody, Tony Bears here again, and yes, this is another Motor City Comic Con video. So, in this video, I'd like to show you the pictures that I took at the Motor City Comic Con 2010. So this is going to be less of a video and more of a slideshow. So yeah, that's what this is, and I hope you enjoy. Let's start off with my favorite picture here, and here it is. Yeah, look at me, check me out, man, I am a pimp. This is me, of course, and the two ladies on either side is Montalie and Peggy.
I'm Christy, I am a horror writer. And Montalie Stormer, also a horror writer.
They are horror writers for Great Lakes Association of Horror Writers. I'll put up a link to their website down in the description. You guys can go check them out and check out their books. And these girls were, they're really lovely ladies, and they were real nice to take this picture with me. And they also took pictures with RK Stud and Lupe the Mexicancy. Who cares about those guys? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, when we took this picture, it was very late in the show. We left shortly after this. The show was about over. I was there the entire time, like all day, like 8 hours or something like that. So yeah, I was pretty sweaty and nasty. So yeah, these ladies were gracious enough to put their arms around me, even as nasty as I was. Unfortunately for yours truly, they are both married. Damn it. Anyway, so check them out, and we'll go on to the next picture. Okay, now this is a picture of the Ecto-1. This is a reproduction. Someone took the time and patience to customize their vehicle to look as closest to the Ecto-1 as they could. I thought it looked pretty cool, so that's why I took the pictures of it. Now here is some pictures of Black Beauty. For those of you who don't know, Black Beauty is the car of Green Hornet in the 60s TV series. I thought it was going to be the Black Beauty from the upcoming movie, and I was sort of disappointed to find out that it wasn't, but this one is cool as well. So that's a picture of that. Now here is a picture of Bumblebee, and just like the other cars, I'm not certain if it's the actual Bumblebee from the Transformers movies. Also, there was the actor who did the voice of Bumblebee there. I didn't speak to that gentleman. I thought to myself, well, Bumblebee really didn't have many lines in either movie, did it? And here's a picture of the RK Stud standing next to Bumblebee. Here's a picture of the sheriff's car from the TV series Dukes of Hazzard. As you can see, it says County Sheriff of Hazzard County. Dukes of Hazzard was a very big show. I really loved that show. Just so you know, I have not seen the Dukes of Hazzard movie, and I don't want to see the Dukes of Hazzard movie. As soon as I found out who was going to be in the movie, I was like, I don't think so. But all I can say about this picture. This is a picture of a couple of stormtroopers, the General Lee, and in the center is actor Byron Sherry, who played Coy Duke in the Dukes of Hazzard. For those of you who don't know, on Dukes of Hazzard there was a actors strike. When the actors were on strike, they had to replace these actors. Bo and Luke Duke went on vacation or something. They went somewhere else, and they had their cousins take over for them, and when one of their cousins was played by Byron Cherry here, Coy Duke. I have to apologize to Byron Cherry because I had no idea who he was. He's even got written on his shirt there, Coy Duke. I just wanted a picture of the General Lee with these stormtroopers. So when I came up to him, I walked right past him. I had no idea who he was. I thought he was just the owner of the General Lee or whatever. He said, "Oh, you want a picture with me with the General Lee?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." I didn't want a picture with them, to be honest, but it's cool. I got a picture with him and the stormtroopers. My whole plan was I wanted a picture of the stormtroopers of the General Lee because I wanted them to say, "You rebel scum," to the General Lee, because I thought it'd be funny because the General Lee has a rebel flag on the top of it.
"You rebel scum."
That's a funny joke to me. So, no offense to Brian Cherry, but seeing the Duke cousins instead of the Duke brothers, it's kind of like getting a Shemp in a Three Stooges, you know, instead of Curly. Sticking with the theme of cars, this is the vehicle that Lord Humongous drove in Road Warrior. Like I said with the other vehicles, I don't know if this is the actual vehicle used in the movie, but just like the Ghostbusters car, it still looks pretty cool. This is a picture of R2-D2 from, of course, from Star Wars films. Again, I don't know if this is the actual R2-D2, but it looked cool, so I wanted a picture of it. They had a couple other Star Wars props. Here, as you can see, there's another droid in the background. This, again, I took as we were leaving. I didn't get to take as many pictures as I wanted. The reason why I didn't take as many as I wanted is because we were mainly there to do the interviews. You know, I didn't have time to take that many other pictures. These pictures are pictures of props from the Evil Dead movies. In one of my other videos, I was talking to Ryan Mead, and he suggested that I talk to Tom Sullivan, who was one of the special effects people from the Evil Dead movies. What you guys into filmmaking?
This guy over here, Tom Sullivan, in all the Evil Dead movies, is really what got me into making movies and stuff like that. So I'd suggest talking to him too if you guys are done. He's the glue that holds the Evil Dead people together, in my opinion. So, and he's a good guy, and he's in one of my movies too.
And he was one that I planned on interviewing, and unfortunately when I got around to talking with him and interviewing him, there was a lot of announcements going on at the time on the loudspeakers or whatever, and they were very, very loud. Just in like all of the other videos, at the beginning of the video I had to apologize for the audio because the audio was so bad. This was our first con, so I didn't know. Like I said, I had planned to talk to him because I have tremendous respect for people who did special effects makeups and made these props, especially movies made back in the 80s before CGI and stuff like that. So I mean, for the longest time, that was one of the things I would have loved to have done for a living. So I did get a chance to have a pretty good conversation with Tom Sullivan. He is a really cool guy. He has a very interesting theory on Ash. I asked what a lot of people ask, is Evil Dead 2 a sequel or a remake? He gave me a very interesting answer. He theorized that Ash is insane, which actually kind of makes a lot of sense. And that he is actually in a mental institution or something like that, and he's telling people this story of what happened to him. And each movie is just the same story. In other words, when he's telling the story to whoever, each time he tells it, it gets more and more exciting and just plain better, which goes along with is what I feel, which is that the third one, Army of Darkness, is my favorite of the Evil Dead movies, and I feel that it is the best, and it is the most crazy of the three. He also goes on to explain that to his theory by saying that in each movie he becomes more heroic. Like the first movie he's actually kind of a wimp. The second movie he's more manly, and the third movie he's a full-on hero. And he also explains that since he's insane and he's basically making up this story in his mind, the women who play his girlfriend get hotter as the movies go on, which I happen to agree with that as well. That explains why all of his girlfriends are played by different actresses, and that explains why they all look different. And I really like this theory, and it actually made a whole lot of sense to me. So yeah, Tom Sullivan, really cool guy, very, very creative guy. You know, he built a lot of these props, and the book, you know, the Book of the Dead, he built that. He did the animation. So this guy is really, really very creative, and I have tremendous respect for him. And you know, I'm just a huge fan of the Evil Dead movies, period. So this was really cool to be able to take these pictures of these actual props from the movies. So yeah, it's just plain cool. So I hope you enjoy taking a look at these pictures that I took at Motor City Comic Con. I'm Tommy Beers, and I'll see you next time.